And I feel like everybody starts all of their driving vlogs the same. They have some witty comment at the beginning. Whoop, 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 whoop. And then what they do is they play their intro. And then they proceed to the actual video. We're gonna do something different today. This is how we're gonna start today's driving vlog. What's going on, guys? Today's driving vlog is going to involve not very much hooning, but a little bit. Today we're gonna be talking about why I bought a 1996 Corvette as opposed to any other one. Alright, so let's talk. Why did I buy a 1996 Corvette as opposed to any other year Corvette? And I've gotten the comments before, well, why didn't you just buy, like, you know, try and get a C5 Corvette? Because they're just around this price range. And then people are also saying, oh, you bought a C4 and you paid $12,500 for it. That's a lot of money for a C4. Why did you do that? There was actually a thought process behind buying this car. As ridiculous as that sounds, I actually thought about this. When I first started looking at Corvettes, obviously the first thing I was doing was looking for the cheapest Corvette I could find. And the cheapest ones you find are C4 Corvettes that are before 1990. Those cars have the L98, which made, I think, like 245 horsepower or something. There are people that buy 1984 Corvettes just to keep them, you know, restore them and stuff like that, or pro mod them, or get them because they're dirt cheap and they're gonna make a project car. Those cars with the normal, like, you know, crossfire injection is what Chevy called it. It got the nickname in the Corvette world as the misfire injection. That car is trash. It only made like 200 horsepower. But I'm looking, and I told myself when I first started looking, I said, listen, you need to get one after 1990, because after 1990, you know, it has the facelift, and I like that body. I like this body style better than the older one. Also, my mama wanted this car to have an airbag. Even though I don't ever plan on having this set off, she wanted to make sure it had an airbag, so, you know. That's my mama. And as time went on, and I was looking around, soon it became, okay, well, I want a stick shift, because there's no way in God's green earth I want a 4-speed automatic Corvette. Like, no one's gonna take me seriously. We're gonna turn on the AC a little bit because it is hot in this car. And then after me researching on the internet and stuff like that, and, you know, looking at Corvettes every day because, you know, I'm crazy and obsessive and that's all I was doing, soon it became I wanted a 1996 Corvette because, you know, looking around on the internet, and then finally you find out, oh, 1996s with the stick shift, they had more powerful motors. And I don't know, maybe I'm weird, I don't know what it is about me, but I just wouldn't feel right buying a Corvette and knowing I could have gotten a more powerful one if I had, you know, spent a little bit more money. I don't know, it just didn't seem right to me. I want to go here. Forget this. Sorry. Okay. Ooh, there was a Mustang. That was nice. I don't know if you guys saw that. In 1996 Corvettes, as you guys know, if you got a 1996 and if you got a stick shift, you got the Grand Sport motor, which was the 330 horsepower motor instead of the LT1, which came in all the automatics. Certain exclusivity to it, I guess. And then here's the kicker. Okay, 20 years later, after 1996, we get to this year, 2016. This car is now 20 years old. Why is that significant? In Maryland, if you have a car that's 20 years old, you can get historic plates. The thing about historic plates in Maryland, like I said, if it's 20 years old, you can get them. It's cheaper insurance, and here's the best part. You don't need to get the car checked for emissions. This car could be completely straight piped, and it could make all of the bad fumes in the world, and if I got pulled over, I couldn't get a ticket for, I mean, I'd get a ticket for, you know, noise, but I wouldn't get a ticket for emissions or anything because of that. This road sets this radar detector off like, yeah, I can't believe this. So 20 years later, it's 2016, this car is now 20 years old. I graduated high school in 2016. Hold on, I gotta do this. It's a requirement. The people behind me are looking at me like, what, why? So it really is coincidental, and you can use the term, it all adds up, because 1996, my dream car was made. 20 years later, I graduate high school. I have been saving for over a year, so I, you know, was able to buy this car. My dream car, not only can I get cheap insurance for it, but I got it when I graduated high school. That's a good deal. And it was the one I wanted, and it was red, and it was a stick shift, and here's the other thing, it was under 100K. The one that I found, that's the other thing. I could have gotten a 1996 Corvette for less than I got this one. And I'm sure you guys know that, because otherwise you guys wouldn't have been telling me, oh, well, why'd you pay so much money? At the time that this was being sold, I could have gotten a black LT4 for, I think it was, the guy was selling it for $995, and it had just, I think, like only about 5,000 miles more than this one. So why did I buy this one? This one's red. As you guys can tell, I don't know if you guys have figured it out already, but I like red things. Red's my favorite color. Then that was the one I was dreaming about, and it just wouldn't have felt right if my dream car that I bought at 18 years old wasn't the color I wanted. Oh my god. Okay, I had to do that because otherwise I wouldn't get around that turn. Oh Lord. The lady's looking at me like, what the fuck were you doing? I mean, hey, this car has a horrible turning radius. It does it to itself. The mileage on this car right now is 62,465. Like I said, for a 20-year-old car, you gotta really think about it. 20-year-old car and it only has this many miles. When I took this car to the DMV, the lady, you know, I come up to her with all the information for the car with my dad, and she's looking at me, she's just like, is this odometer number correct? I'm like, what do you mean? She says, well, this is a very old car. Are you sure this is the correct odometer reading? And my dad and I look at each other, we're like, what? Like, people at the DMV just hate everybody. I swear to God, they want to ruin someone's life. If they can find a reason to send somebody home for something stupid, they will. I gotta be careful going through intersections because I don't know who's there. Because a cop can go whoop, 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 and then I will be SOL. The other thing about it was, you know, I had my mind set on getting this red Corvette for so long. Here's the other thing. We're actually just going past the place where I decided I needed a red one. I'm going to turn around so you guys can see it. See, the story behind the red part was, you know, I knew I wanted a 1996, but it wasn't until I saw a red C4 Corvette, and it was a 93, but, you know, obviously it's the same body style. That's what turned me on to the red. And after that, I knew that I couldn't get any other color, otherwise I'd feel wrong. The first time I ever saw it was when I was taking an auto class at Montgomery College. Montgomery College has an auto program, and they have, you know, cars they work on. And one of the cars they have is a 1993 Corvette, and it's red. And the funny thing is, I swear this must be the lowest mileage 1993 Corvette ever, because it only has like 100 miles. And the reason it only has 100 miles, that car was donated by GM. And the reason it was donated by GM was because it fell off of a car transport truck back in like 93 when it was brand new. And since GM obviously can't sell a car that's fallen off like a truck or something like that, they just decided to donate it to Montgomery College. And now that car has like no miles. It is now used for testing. And I think the oil pan heater is completely smashed. Like, you know, if you look under the car, it is not, you know, a pretty looking car. But the car runs fine, you know, it's perfectly fine. And it gets regular maintenance done on it. So the car is perfectly runnable and drivable, but it can't be licensed. I think technically it's totaled. We're coming up on it right now, unless it's not parked out here. So right behind me, it's too bad I can't park next to it, but right behind me is what made me buy this red Corvette. So here it is. This is what made me get a 1996, but it had to be red, that's the thing. This one, as you can see, has a red top. Mine didn't have a red top, as you can see. The interior is kind of destroyed. I don't know if the camera's getting it. And yeah, it's the same car, nothing new. But it does have the saw blade rims, which I actually did want before these rims, but when I saw these rims in person, I liked them so much, I just said, you know what? Best part was when I was in auto class and I was talking about this stupid Corvette because I just couldn't help it. Everyone was laughing, you know, laughing at me saying, I'm gonna get it, and everyone's laughing at me. If only they could see me now. The entire front splitter on that car is ripped off. I don't know if you guys saw it on video, I just noticed it now. You know, people have said in the comments like, does your dad know you drive like an idiot? Or does your mom know you drive like an idiot? Watch my video, my parents saw my videos. Like that, like the I'm in trouble video, watch that. They know I drive like an idiot. But the thing is, it's a very controlled idiot driving, you see. I know when and when I cannot, you know, accelerate like crazy. I know when I can't do a burnout. I know when I can't do a UE. I know when I can't do these things. I do them when there's nobody around me that I could possibly injure, hurt, or hurt myself. You know, I'm very careful about what I do here. It may not look like it. It may just look like, fuck it, and I just go do whatever. But if you ever notice and you ever watch when I do stuff, I look around. You know, real quick. It may be fast, but I look around. And also, the thing is, I know my area. You know, not everybody knows where they live. or if they're doing burnouts somewhere they haven't been, that's when shit happens. I know where I live, I know where I can get away with things, and where I can get away with those things, that's where I do stuff. Look at me sounding triggered, you know, responding to the haters. Alright guys, but that's it for the video. That's why I got a 1996 Corvette, or red Corvette, and it had to be a stick shift. And the thing was, the last thing I'm gonna add on before I, end this video is, at the time that I was buying this car, there was only one other car that fit my criteria. One other one. Nothing else on Craigslist, nothing else on any car, website, nothing. The only other one was like $18,000 and it was in Florida and it had 20K on the clock. See, that's an issue. I already kind of overspent on this. I couldn't possibly, find 18 grand. All right guys, but that's it. That's why I bought this car. That's why I paid top dollar for it, because it was the one I wanted. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope that answered a couple of your questions. Thanks for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day. Holy shit, my arm's getting the sunburn from doing this.